Supporters of same-sex marriage are divided over how they should deal with the upcoming postal vote on the issue. The Bureau of Statistics will start mailing out the voluntary poll next month. Some advocates believe voting yes is the best hope for same-sex marriage to be legalised in Australia as soon as possible. Others may not participate at all because they fear it will legitimise what they consider an offensive and flawed process, but that may split the yes vote against a strongly united no campaign. Julia Holman reports.
It's larger than life because I think he needs a really big spine. It's incredible, isn't it? Just one man could change all of this tomorrow just by saying to his party he's going to put the vote to the parliament.
Gay rights campaigner James Breckney desperately wants same-sex marriage legalised, and he hates the idea of a postal vote deciding his right to marry.
So we crowdfunded some money to build a spine for Malcolm Turnbull, and on Sunday we're going to glitter it up at the local, the Imperial, and then on Monday we're going to drive it to Canberra to give it to Malcolm if he comes out to accept it. You know, I love the bone.
He wants the Prime Minister to allow a free vote in the Parliament instead of the voluntary postal poll.
I've been really thinking about boycotting the vote, but because so many of, I think, the gay community are going to participate in the postal plebiscite if it goes ahead, I think we probably have to vote and campaign for yes.
But if other advocates of same-sex marriage have their way, there will be no postal vote.
There's no other piece of legislation that's ever been decided by non-compulsory, non-binding postal vote on anybody's human rights ever in this country.
Shelley Argent is mounting a High Court challenge along with independent MP Andrew Wilkie. In just the past day, more than $50,000 has been crowdfunded to support their campaign.
The support that we have received has been amazing. And I don't think it's just the LGBTIQ community that have got behind us. I think a lot of people see the injustice and they know that it's going to cost a lot of money. And so I say thank you to them for supporting us.
Her lawyers filed proceedings in the High Court this afternoon.
What we'll be arguing in the case is that by going ahead with a postal vote without authorisation of Parliament, the government's acting beyond its power.
And that's not the only legal challenge.
The basis of our case is that the government shouldn't be able to spend $120 million of taxpayers' funds without legislated oversight.
Australian Marriage Equality is mounting a separate case in the High Court. They haven't decided yet if they'll swing their support behind the postal vote if their legal action fails.
It's important that we consider all our options, and it's important that we don't rule anything in or out. The gay and lesbian community and supporters of marriage equality have been put in an impossible situation where our rights and dignity may be put to a public vote.
I'm amazed at the effort that a group of people who claim overwhelming support amongst the Australian people, just the efforts that they are going to stop the Australian people from affirming what they say the Australian people affirm.
The Australian Christian Lobby welcomes the vote and they say they're ready to champion the No campaign.
We are very united in working together to persuade our fellow Australians that we should retain the definition of marriage. This postal plebiscite, this plebiscite is a referendum on freedom of speech, freedom of religion and safe schools ideology being taught to our children.
The postal vote is scheduled to begin on September 12, with results due by mid-November. During the past 4 days, 53,000 people have updated their details with the Electoral Commission, more than twice as many as the previous week.
There's always been support for a public vote.
Pollster Peter Lewis says the division within the Yes campaign could put it at a disadvantage.
The obvious example from recent history was the failure of the Republic referendum in 1999. There was, significant public support to shift to a republic, but opponents of a republic managed to shift the positive vote or the pro vote between those who wanted a direct election model and a parliamentary appointed president. So we basically had the tactic of splitting the progressive base over a procedural element, and I guess you can see that being a risk this time around as well.
I think advocacy groups should be seeking to persuade their fellow citizens who are in Parliament to abandon this idea.
Former High Court Judge Michael Kirby says he will grudgingly vote in the postal vote, but others will not.
There will be some members of the gay community, my partner Johan included, who won't vote under any conditions. They regard this as completely exceptional and irregular and a harebrained scheme that they won't participate in. In my own case, if there is no court challenge or no successful court challenge, and if the government members don't come to their senses and terminate this very bad precedent for our governance, then I will myself be certainly voting yes in the vote.
If the High Court challenge fails, I think we all need to get out there and rally the yes vote and really think outside the box. That's why we're doing these crazy things like building Malcolm a spine, really have fun with it. I think the Australian people are lovely people who really care about the gay community, and so we all need to rally behind each other and help each other out.